Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're going to review this microphone right here. If I can have you see it. It should look familiar to you. It's the Shure SM7B microphone. So basically what I want to talk about today is if you're a smaller streamer like I am, or a small content creator on YouTube like I am, going into this knowing this is an expensive setup. You could buy a pretty decent laptop or desktop for the cost of everything, but I still wanted to give you my thoughts because this is a microphone I've wanted for a really long time. Currently, I have been using it for a few days now on some live streams. I don't remember if I've recorded a YouTube video with it yet or not, but overall, I personally am very happy with it and glad I bought it. I did buy it on Amazon, and I had it in my wish list for quite a while. So one thing to note for sure is that it's a microphone that uses XLR connections, which you will see that here. And basically it's going to need to be pretty close to your mouth. You are going to need a preamp to use with it. It doesn't require the power for it, but you're going to need to have something like a Cloudlifter device, which we'll get into. So what did I go to from originally this? So originally when I started out streaming and recording October/November of 2020, I was just using my normal wireless headset. It's an Alienware with its built-in microphone, which is here. Overall, it was decent. But you could definitely tell it was a headset microphone and I wanted something better. So what I first went to, which is a really good microphone, is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone with the pop filter and shock mount. And I just had a generic boom arm for that. I think it was like one of the newer ones is what the brand is called on Amazon. Fairly inexpensive. Has worked out great for me. But then I went ahead and decided I was going to get the Rode PSA-1 boom arm, which is what this is connected to. And we'll go over that as well. But this is basically going to be just a quick video to say, this is all the stuff. This is what the cost would be like if you decided to go this route. And just know that as a small content creator or streamer, it may or may not be the best option for you because there are other alternatives that work fairly well, like the aforementioned Wave 3 mic. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. So basically, like I said, I got all this stuff on Amazon for the most part, except for the boom arm. I forget where I got it because it wasn't available on Amazon at the time. But here is the mic. So this is a Shure SM7B vocal microphone. It's $3.99, as you can see here on Amazon with Prime delivery. Now, the mic itself is very well made. It's very well put together. It's a heavier mic than, like, say, the Wave 3 microphone that I was talking about. So you shouldn't really have to do a lot of tension tightening on your boom arm, depending on which one you have. But it's fairly heavy and sturdy. So one of the things I've been trying to figure out is what's the best way to orient this orientation-wise on my boom arm. I had it up, I've had it down, I've had it up again, and then down again. So I personally like it down because when it's in the up motion, I just felt like it was going to hit me in the side, excuse me, the side of the face actually over here when I'm on stream and stuff. So I find that this is a better orientation for me personally. But no, this is the biggest cost right here. This microphone is $400. You can see the list price is supposedly $500, but I believe it's been around $400 for quite a while now. So this in itself is about 3 times the cost of an Elgato Wave 3 microphone. So if you're a smaller streamer, you don't have a lot of money, you can afford around $100 or a little bit more, I would just say go with the Elgato Wave 3 personally, which connects to USB. But overall, this is the microphone I got, and I'm very happy with it. So then the other thing you're going to need is a preamp. So I did a lot of research. This isn't horrible price in my opinion. It's the Focusrite Scarlett Solo, the 3rd gen. The reason why I didn't get the 2i2 is because I'll probably never have the need for 2 microphones with XLR connections. As you can see here, this is your XLR connection. This is your gain here. And then you've got the option for listening or monitoring your headset over on the right there if you do that, which I don't use that. There is a 48 volt phantom power there, but you don't use that for this mic. It does not require it. So again, that's $120 USD for that part. So then you go over to the piece that you will need with it, because this is a very quiet microphone. So if you don't get this other piece that does take phantom power, then you're going to have your gain up almost all the way, or all the way on the Focusrite, plus add gain in your software as well. So this is what's called a Cloudlifter. Now, when I bought this was all the stuff that I've bought together was recommended on various videos I watched online. So this basically provides phantom power to itself to give you an increased 25 dB gain without passing the phantom power onto the mic. So basically what I did was with this, I left it sideways, and then I used a couple Velcro strips on the side of it, and I mounted it up underneath the side of my desk where the cable was going to run into. So you'll have actually two XLR cables, one plugging in either end, one goes to the mic, one goes to your preamp. In this case, the Focusrite. And when you hit the 48 volt power, you get that increased 25 dB gain to your through that, which then amplifies your microphone, which is going to give you a really good sound for it. So from there, I also got this. This was the cheapest thing I got, which was $7.86. And I forgot if I mentioned, but the Cloudlifter I got was $149. I guess there is an alternative version that's about half the price, but I didn't see it at the time. And since the Cloudlifter brand one was the one that was recommended, that's the one I went with anyway. So this is an extension tube for the boom arm onto the mic, which I kind of like. That's this piece right here, which extends so you have more space there instead of having, this is where your microphone tightens. This is its own little thing, so you can have it way up here if you want, but I like the extension so that I have more length down to the mic and then to where the XLR cable plugs into. I would highly recommend getting that piece. It's extremely cheap. It's not going to hardly add any money to the total cost for you at all. Then the next item, oh, sorry, same picture. Let's see, we're on this one. So then, see, okay, so I am forgetting one thing. So I got a 2-pack of the cables. But first, real quick, this is the Rode PSA 1, which they do have on Amazon now. So we're talking just over $100, about $110 total. It's a pretty nice mic. I will tell you one thing with the Wave 3 microphone that I didn't realize at the time is like the arm would keep springing up constantly. If you tighten this screw here, I believe it's this one. Or it may be the middle one back here. I think it's the middle one actually, but one of them or both of them you can tighten down some, which will increase the tension, which will keep it from springing back up, because the Wave 3 microphone, for example, is an extremely light microphone. If you're using something like the Snowball mic, the big ball one, it's probably going to have enough weight to where you don't have to tighten it too much, but that's definitely something you want to take into consideration. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find the one with the cables, which I thought I added here. So let me fix this real quick for you guys. I apologize. There we go. Now we got the right cables. All right, so this is a 2-pack of cables. Again, one of the least expensive parts of all this. They're 6-foot cables. You're going to need 2 to use the Cloudlifter with it. It's going to be pretty cheap at $17 currently on Amazon. And this is a 2-pack, and it's nice and black. So like one of the other YouTube channels I watched about all this stuff before I decided to purchase everything, noted that this connector here is nice and black. The only part that's chrome or silver is this little locking piece button that you push in when you want to get it out. Sorry about covering my face, so it's right here. But sometimes you get the other ones, like this part here will be like silver or chrome. And so I just think it looks more aesthetically pleasing to be that nice black sleek look there. So overall, and this is going to be shocking, when I add this up, I was shocked too about how much I spent on all this. So total with everything, without tax, comes to $934.84. So like I said, this is a huge investment. So why did I, as a small content creator and streamer, get this microphone? Well, the simple answer is this is the microphone I really wanted. So if you have the means, and even if you get stuff in parts, in pieces at different times, and just to get this piece now and then get this piece, then this piece and this piece, I would highly recommend it. It's a very clear, clean sounding microphone, and then you can make adjustments in OBS as you need to. And as you see, if I move it closer, it's even probably a little bit louder. But so normally when I'm streaming, I have the microphone about here, which again, with enhancements I've set in OBS, and the gain, not even all the way up, probably about 3/4 of the way up on my Focusrite preamp with the Cloudlifter on there. It works out really well. But again, like I said, this microphone with the whole setup you're going to need is going to be just under $1,000 if you do it right with the boom arm. Now you could drop the price more if you get like a $20 to $30 boom arm. I personally know that I, got some of the higher end stuff that I probably didn't need to get. I could have saved about half on the Cloudlifter piece too. I believe the one I saw online was somewhere between $75 to $79. So that and a cheaper boom arm would definitely drop the price down pretty significantly. But yeah, so I think it's a great microphone. I think it works up really well. The setup is great that I use, but I just figured I would give everybody the information. This is no way microphone or anything. The companies have not influenced me to go ahead and do this. They're not sponsoring this video at all. This is just something I personally wanted to share with everybody. And it's not because I'm rich. It's not because I just want to throw endless money away. I personally love technology. I like to try and get the better items so I don't have struggles and problems with them. But there are just as good alternatives in my opinion. I haven't used other microphones, I will admit, as compared to this one and the Elgato Wave 3 and then my headset mic. But if you're just getting started out, a good headset mic isn't a bad thing to use, so don't feel like you have to get an awesome microphone. There are alternatives out there like by Razer and other manufacturers I can't think of off the top of my head. So one of the only downsides to the microphone, I didn't mention this, there is no mute option. This mic is live all the time. Now, one of the things I've done is I have set up a hotkey on my Elgato Stream Deck to at least mute the microphone in OBS itself, but the microphone will still be live on your end. But it will be muted in OBS, so therefore, if you need to mute real quick to say something to someone, to take a phone call, whatever it may be, the people on the opposite end aren't going to hear all this stuff. The mic's going to be muted, so that kind of comes in handy. Then the other thing I normally do when I'm not using the microphone is I turn off the phantom power, which kills the sensitivity of the mic. And on the Focusrite preamp, there's actually a green flashing light that'll blink and stuff when it's capturing, your voice and not clipping. So all those things considered, I am still happy with my purchase. I'm glad I got it. Something I've wanted for an extremely long time, like I mentioned, but it's going to be up to you. So I hope this was informational for you guys. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied here a little bit. And I hope this will help you guys make a decision if you're kind of thinking about this microphone. Just know it's going to be definitely an expense and a major purchase that you're going to have to decide, is it worth the money for you and what you do, and will you get enough out of it? So I hope you guys, like I said, enjoyed it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you get notified when I do post new content. And I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks for watching.